Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Bahri Rashad bin Muhammadin.
And my name is Aini Satyana Fizoha.
My name is Nabila Husna binti Aminuddin.
My name is Rizati binti Muhammad.
And my name is Ayuna Fatsana binti Abdullah.
We are from Group BC6I and would like to present about the
Leasing.
In the market for whether to buy or lease.
Today I will explain about the leasing company. Come. Okay, this is a background of leasing company. Lease industry was prescribed by the virtue of the power vested in the DG under Section 36 subsection 1 of the Act, where the DG satisfied that there is a need for some treatment in computing first the gross income from a business. Okay, first is hire purchase transaction. Second is transaction under which a debt is payable by installment. Third, a lease transaction in respect of movable property. Then fourth, any other transaction involving a debt or stock in trade. And fifth, such other transaction as may be prescribed.
Here, I will explain about the situations where the lease agreement or the arrangement shall deemed to be a sale agreement according to regulation 4. There are 6 circumstances. Okay, the first, where the lessee is given an option to purchase the asset during or upon expiry of the lease term. But before that, we must know what is the lease term. Okay, lease term means the period for which the lessee has contract to lease an asset, or where the lease arrangement has been terminated earlier than its expiry. Okay, for example, I become the lessor, and Miss Ainin will become the lessee. Okay, and then we make an agreement or contract for lessee about 3 years, for example. So the lease term is the 3 years, but during the lease, the Ainin may decide to expire the lease before the contract term to purchase my asset. Okay, that's what is meant. Okay, next, the lessee is given the beneficial ownership of the asset. What is meant? It's where the lessor given the lessee ownership. The regulation apply mainly in sale or lease back. Okay, for example, I'm again become the lessor and I need become the lessee. Okay, and then I have the machine and I give the I need to keep. So it what we call the ownership, the beneficial ownership. So that I need we get the beneficial ownership. Next, the acquisition. In terms of acquisition of asset below the market value. In general, the lessee acquire asset under the market value during the lease term or open expiry treated as hire purchase. What it means? It means that when I become the lessor and I need my lessee and she decide to acquire my asset after our contract or before our contract expiry date, so it will be treated as the hire purchase. In practice, there are 80% of the tax written down equal to the market value of the asset. So if any the value that when she wish to acquire my asset that below the 80% of the written down, so we will calculate it as the less than market value. So the lessor, if the lessor able to justify is the market value, then tax authority itself will not treat this as the deemed sale transaction. So it will become the non-deemed sale transactions. Okay, next. The special purpose of asset. It means by regulation as a lease asset will no other user can use the same asset without making alteration or dismantling from the structure of the land. For the sale and leaseback. If the capital allowance CA had claimed by the lessee, for example, Ainin become the lessee, in respect of the asset prior to the lease, it would treat as a sale agreement. Okay, refer to the sale and leaseback agreement. So I as a lessor and the Ainin as a lessee must have the lease set and lease back agreement. Why? It's important because it's important to avoid the tax advantage gained through the sale, which is I will claim the capital allowance and Ainin will claim the same capital allowance. So it will causes the tax advantage from the claim of capital allowance. Lastly, about the right to sell or dispose of the asset. When the lessee is given the right to sell or dispose of the asset and receive proceeds from the sale, they will be deemed sale agreement. But not when the lessee as agent to find the buyer, not be treated as sale agreement. I'm again become the lessor and the Ainin become the lessee. So I give the Ainin the right sell my asset and dispose it, and Ainin will get the proceed, which is proceed from the sale. So it will consider as the agreement of deemed to be sale agreement. However, if I'm in the lessor, but I give Ainin the right to find the buyer for my asset, for I dispose the asset, it will not treat it as the sale agreement because the proceed belongs to me as a lessor. Okay.
I will proceed with the tax implication of ITLR 1989, which is under Regulation 4. Here there is two columns, which is one for lessor and next for lessee. For the lessor, under the perspective of non-deemed sale situation, there is none of the circumstances stipulated under Regulation 4 is applied, where the income is treated as lease rental received, where it means that the lessor is the owner of the asset. So the lessee cannot claim the capital allowance as the asset is used in leasing business. And under deemed sale situation, is the circumstance stipulated in Regulation 4 is applied, where the income is treated as interest income received, where the lessor is not allowed to claim where the ownership is already transacted or transferred to the lessee. So here the lessee is the one who can claim the capital allowance. Okay, next is for lessee, where under non-deemed sale situation, the lease rental is treated as revenue expenses. First, for plant and machinery. Since the plant and machinery is owned by the lessor, the lessee cannot claim the capital allowance under the plant and machinery. Second is motor vehicle. Motor vehicle is based on types and restrictions. For example, qualifying lease, which is below 150k, which is 100k for a new car. Next is deemed sale situation, where the current practice of under deemed sale situation is first, revenue deduction of plant and machinery, where lease represent the purchase and deemed the owner of asset. Second, lease treat as hire purchase agreement, thus no lease rental are allowed but can claim capital allowance based on capital portion of installment paid. And both situations are entitled to claim lease rental. Accounting treatments, where the characteristic of accounting treatments, there are three, which is first, duration, second, cancellation, and third, maintenance. Okay, first for duration, the finance lease is normally a long term, where the period of the lease will cover at least 75% of the estimated economic life of the lease equipment, and normally it's more than 1 year. And next is for operating lease, which is short term. And second is cancellations, whether the lessee is allowed to terminate the lease before the contract expires. For the finance lease, no. And for the operating lease is yes, where the lessee is allowed to terminate the lease before the contract expires. Third is maintenance. The maintenance of the finance lease is on the lessee, and the maintenance of operating lease is on the lessor.
How many times have I kicked you out of here?
That's all from us.
Thank
Thank you.